All right, guys, welcome back. For this lesson, we're going to talk about classifying matter. Another way you can say this might be how you organize or arrange it into groups. And we do this by using their physical properties. So let's do a quick example just to show you what this means. We're going to use the physical properties of these items on this page to classify them into two groups. Now, we could do more than two, three or four, but let's just do two. So first thing, we're going to take our basketball. We're going to move it over here to group one. And then we're going to take this red ball here, since it's a ball, just like the basketball, and put it in group one also. Now this rock is kind of hard, so let's put it over here in group two. We have a red crayon. Well, it's not like the round like the balls, but it is red. So let's classify it over here with this group here. This pencil you can write with, so let's put it over here with the crayon. And the flashlight is going to be hard. A baseball bat is hard. And also a key is hard. So we just use physical properties to classify these items and put them into groups. And so physical properties, again, classify and describe items for us. Now let's talk about this, matter. Matter is anything that has mass and takes up space. Mass is the amount of matter in an object, and volume is the amount of space something takes up. So let's say, for instance, we have three items here. Uh, all three are elephants, but they're made of different materials, metal, wood, and cotton. Let's just use our imagination, right? So the volume is going to be the amount of space something takes up. All three of these take up the same amount of space, so they will have the same volume. But the only difference is the mass, which is the amount of matter in an object. So if this is metal, it's going to be a little heavier to pick up than the wood or the cotton because it has more mass. And mass is going to be packed in there tightly. So anytime you try to pick up something and it's too heavy, that's because it has a lot of mass. Wood is going to be, particles are going to be packed tight too, but not as much as the metal. So this will be a little heavier than the cotton, but not as heavy as the metal. And we know cotton is really light, so this one we're going to be able to pick up and move anywhere we want to because it doesn't have as much mass. So they have the same volume because they take up the same amount of space, but they have different masses. Now let's talk about the states of matter. We have three states of matter: gas, liquid, and solid. A state of matter in which the substance expands to take both the shape and size of its container. It has no definite shape or volume is a gas. A liquid take the shape of their container, filling the bottom of the container first, and it has the ability to flow, and it has a definite volume but no definite shape, meaning the shape of a liquid changes depending on what we have it in. And a solid has a definite shape and size, and solids vibrate in place. So any definitions you see on this uh, slide here, I want you to write them down in your notebook in the vocabulary section. So this is how they would look if they were drawn. A solid would be tight and vibrate in place. A liquid would be able to move a little bit and they slide past each other. Gases take whatever shape of the container they're in and they move freely throughout. So the physical properties are properties of matter that can be observed, measured, or changed without changing matter itself. So color, hardness, texture, odor, temperature, magnetism, these are all physical properties that help us describe items. Now, density is also a physical property. The definition for density is floating or sinking when compared to water. And here's a little example. If an item floats on top of water, it has less density. If it sinks, it has a greater density. So this is just a quick lesson about classifying matter and using physical properties to do that. Again, we use physical properties to classify and describe our items, okay? So that's it for this lesson. You have a few questions that I want you to go over after this. All right, good luck.